Checkmate. Joining me right now, presidential historian and author of the new book, Inside Trump's White House, just out, Mr. Doug Wead. Doug, good to see you. I feel like people need a little refresher here in what the American Revolution was really about, because when I watched that today and I saw Nancy Pelosi try and twist history, try to use the American Revolution to suggest that somehow this president thinks he's a king. Look, it was a new twist. I'll give you that. They've gone from Mueller to Kavanaugh to Ukraine to now he's a king. What is it that Americans need to understand about history so that they understand how wrong she is? By the way, that was a brilliant opening. I'm going to have to get that on video somewhere. Oh, thanks, but yeah, it's too bad. The Democrats keep changing their tune. Here they go again. This is an extraordinary makeover. I predict this won't last very long because the king, King George, raised taxes. Donald Trump lowered taxes. The king increased regulations. The Stamp Act brought commerce to a grinding halt in the colonies. Donald Trump deregulated. And the Democrats are openly asking for more taxes, as you showed in your brilliant opening there. So it's going to be awful hard to make this particular scenario work for them. Yeah. And to think that they're trying to somehow link it back to the son's name. I mean, you saw the Carlin quote there, going after a 13-year-old kid. That somehow equates him as a monarch. I mean, this is bizarre stuff, Doug, I got to say. It's bizarre stuff, and it's interesting that now they ask who's going to be a king. Now they want to have a Stanford professor decide who should be president of the United States. Forget the 63 million people who voted for him. You know, Stanford's a great school. I respect it very, very much. But they have professors there that teach the world is going to end in about 10 years, yet they sign a 5-year contract with their football coach at $4 million a year. If the world's going to end in about 10 years, why don't they use some of their $26 billion endowment to make a difference? If the professors are lying, why don't they fire him? They had a professor there who said there would be hundreds of millions of people dying in the 1970s by the population explosion. So I don't think this particular professor, I forgive her as Melania did for what she said, but a professor who says she hates Donald Trump won't even walk on the sidewalk outside his hotel, and she's going to decide for us in behalf of the American people she won't. Who should be in power. And this is why they have officially lost, Doug. I mean, there's no coming back from this. When you start saying that the president is a monarch, I mean, there's no recovery. It just can't happen. They have officially lost it. Checkmate, as I said. And the Constitution, they're the ones that only a few months ago were saying the Constitution is dated, that they need to change the Constitution, more Supreme Court justice, change the Electoral College. Right? So, but Doug, they say the Constitution compels them. I don't think so. It is good to see you, sir. Thank you very much. Pelosi saying she's just trying to protect our democracy.